Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube. Actually, I'm going to turn off the dryer. Hold on. I'm not going to this one up. I'm not going to overthink this one. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while, but I just wanted to get on here today because I've got a lot of requests, a lot of questions about, the webcam modeling industry in general. So I just wanted to jump on here and kind of tell you guys my journey and maybe some things that might help you if you are trying to become a webcam model. I've gotten a lot of friends calling me directly, like asking me, what do they need? What toys do they need? How do they make their background look good? Like all these questions, and I'm like, I took a different route. Like I didn't just pop on the cam and kind of like learn through experience, which I usually do with most things, but with this, I obviously, like I said before, I am camera shy, so I really like overanalyzed, overthought everything, and I would actually got in contact with a friend of mine who has been doing it for about, I would say, 5 years now, and she really educated me on the platform of like webcam modeling, more specifically my free cams is what she broadcasts on, and her name is Goldie Fawn, but she is a wonderful person. She kind of taught me a lot about it and made me feel not so nervous about doing it for my first time alone and jumping on and so that's what I did. I basically went behind the scenes, and then I went to AVNs for the very first time, which is the biggest, like, it's a big adult convention that they hold every single year, actually hosted by my free cams, so that's pretty awesome. And they treat their girls very well. So when we go there, they provide food, they provide places to camp from the AVNs themselves. They give you swag bags with everything you can imagine, like portable chargers, makeup clips, onesies, Christmas sweaters, flashlights, all types of gear. It's amazing, and they have like a little room for you to go to. It's like a lounge for everyone who, if it becomes overwhelming and all these people are like, hey, let's get a picture, you just want to go eat some pizza. It's pretty awesome. You can go up to the lounge and just kind of chill and talk with other cam models. And it's like, private. No one else is allowed in there except for people that are, working for MFC. Anyway, so I decided to, jump on My Free Cams, which is, the number one biggest camming company in the world right now. And I enjoy it. I really, really love it. There are other webcam sites. As far as, other big ones are like Chatterbait, Cam Soda, but, I've tried to get on those ones. They do have their benefits as well. I think on those platforms you can do like boy-girl shows, or you can, it's just like a different platform, but everyone, you'll find your niche. But the biggest thing for me was basically just to kind of get an idea of what I wanted to do, and not kind of jump on there not knowing what I'm doing and just aimlessly do things that I might even not be comfortable with just for money or what other purposes. I'm not sure what, I was just questioning myself, like, what do you do? What is it that I'm supposed to do? How much am I supposed to charge people? So, I obviously looked more into that, and I will talk about that here. So when I first started working with my free cams, I felt, nervous, and I was really overthinking. When at the end of the day, my friend was showing me the platform and everything, but at the end of the day, you are your own boss when it comes to what you want to do in your chat room and what you're comfortable with, and how you want to organize it. You are your own boss, and you get to do whatever you feel most comfortable with, as long as you're happy. And that's what was most important to me, is that I want to provide something for my fans and still be happy doing it and still have a great time and love my job, because that's when I feel when I'm the happiest, when my work is what I love doing. And I really got into the camming industry because I originally began on the platform of Snapchat. So I started doing the premium Snapchat stuff, which is, became very popular over the past few years, a lot of girls now are doing it, and I really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. Like I still do it. It's great. Like I, you get on there, you interact with your fans, you can chat with your fans. The thing is like I create a story, and then they can see it for 24 hours, which is great. I wanted to provide on top of that like a different kind of environment, something that where they could interact in live time. And I think that's another reason why I was nervous, is because I'm like, wow, this is gonna be live. Like they're gonna be able to say and do whatever like in the chat if I allow them to, and same goes to me. Like, what if I just freeze up in real time and I don't know what to do or I don't know what to say? And so, but at the same time, I had to look at the positive side. I wanted to provide that for my fans to be able to interact with me directly, like in real time. Just be like, hey, how are you doing right now, right here? And that's a lot of fun. It's been quite an amazing experience. Also, like being able to meet other cam stars, specifically through my free cams. It's been amazing. At first, I thought, I was so nervous to go to AVNs. I was really nervous to go to MFC Social, all these my free cams events that they hold. And I'm like, I'm so new, and I'm thinking that all these girls are going to be very judgmental or egotistic, like, oh, kind of base or kind of be biased on who you are by what your cam score is. But it's actually really the opposite. They are so helpful. They're so welcoming, like, welcome to the family. And I felt so at home. I cannot even explain, like, I finally felt when I, like, started camming, this is where I belong, like, right here in my life. Like, this feels like home to me. So I want to talk about some of the pros and cons about the camming industry. My number one pros of being a webcam model is that I get to work from home, which is honestly quite amazing. I don't have to wake up and drive in traffic to go to some 8-hour job that is in a cubicle. Like I get to work. I get to wake up when I choose to wake up, and I work from home. So no more, I was a barista, no more 4 a.m. opening shifts. Like I get to decide, when I wake up, and I get to cam straight from my home. It's pretty great. Save money on gas. Like I get to be in the comfort of my own home and work and do what I love. My second pro, which would be like choosing my own schedule. So where I said before, like I had to clock in on somebody else's watch. I literally, if I was like 4 minutes late, it was like a big thing, like, oh no, so help me God, I'm 4 minutes late to punch into my, to the clock, which, in business, like in corporations, it can be like that. And then number 3 on the pros list is it's all online. Like my work is all from my phone and all from my laptop, which is like the size of a small Pomeranian or puppy or something. It's like literally travel size. It's just great knowing that you can do your job virtually from anywhere. Like keyword virtually, like online. You are your own boss. It's almost like you run your show, and you are like the ringleader of your own show. All right, so let's talk about the cons. And like I said, this is just from my perspective. This doesn't mean this is a con for everyone who does camming, but yeah, this is just through my experience, and honestly, there's not many cons so far. So I'm going to contradict myself here, and the first con that I want to talk about is working from home. So I remember I did say working from home is one of my number one pros. Like it's a huge benefit for me. But it can become a problem for someone. Why am I crunching my knees? Okay. Working from home can be a con in the aspect of doing it too much. Like if I'm not having that balance of going and having lunch with friends and going to the dog park with to play with doggies and going to the movies or going to get pizza or going out dancing, whatever it may be. Like I need to have some sort of balance as far as like if I'm going to be working from home and I'm not really getting a lot of social interaction from coworkers, I need to be able to substitute that and kind of create my own flow of social interaction. Number 2 for the con list, in my experience, has been judgment. And that's not like being judged on how you're camming or judgment on how much you make or your cam score. I'm talking like judgment from maybe other people who aren't as accepting as far as the adult entertainment industry goes. So, I've experienced certain situations where people have asked me, in public places or when I'm just hanging out with new friends, I'm meeting new people, and I go, hey, what is it that you do for work? And I tell them like I'm a Snapchat premium model, I'm a webcam model, I'm a adult entertainer, and some people are like, oh, that's great, that's awesome, like how did you get into that? Like, and they're all on board with it. And then there's other people out there that are like not as accepting, and that's fine. Like, as long as I'm happy doing what I do, like I don't necessarily need to worry about what those people think. But I would just say that is a con as far as other people and their opinions based on the industry as a whole, not on you, because I just don't like the idea of someone identifying me with my work only, because I don't just do webcam modeling. There's so much more to me, and the fact that I do that, I also feel that it is part of me and I enjoy it. So if the person's not going to accept me based on that, then maybe they shouldn't be my friend, so it's kind of all how you take it. Con number 3 for me would be the wage fluctuation and inconsistency. So unlike other structured jobs, like 8-hour jobs where you go in and you work and you get an hourly wage and you know how much you're going to make per week, and it's not going to change, the camming industry is quite the opposite. So you can go on and cam for 8 hours one day and you might make $500. And then you might cam the next day and work for 8 hours again and make $40. So it really it can fluctuate depending on, there's a lot of variables, but you just have to be aware of that as far as when you jump into the camming industry, especially if you were like solely invested into it to the point where you're like quitting your other job and you're like, I'm going to do this full time. Just be aware that this is not as structured as far as like wage goes, as far as salary, hourly goes, because this is like all based on tips, salary, like what you make in that time and how much you can make in that time. And you obviously come up with different techniques and different ways where you're like, oh my gosh, that really works, so I might do that again. And then you'll kind of create your own system that might seem a little more structured. But in the beginning, it's like trial and error still, because you got to figure out what's good for you and what works for you and what your audience wants, and just like time of day, and there's so much that goes into the variables of wage. And for example, I have friends that cam at 4 a.m. and I have friends that cam until 4 a.m. So some people wake up at 4 a.m. and some people are going to bed at 4 a.m. and some people just do it like a normal job. Hey, kitty. And they just, hey. Some people just like, do a 9 to 5, and that's great too. Whatever works for you, dependent, where your audience is coming from. Some are, in different countries, so you have to be aware of like the time there and when your audience is free. So, recap, con number 1, working from home. I really recommend that you take at least 2 hours out of your day to do social interactions, get outside, get away from cam, and just even from your phone in general. Just 2 hours of whatever it be, meditation, yoga, the park, movies, whatever gets you going, like, and away from just being soaked into the technology and into the webcam and being alone, because sometimes it's good to get some air and to have some variety in your life. the judgment of society or what other people think. Obviously, I recommend taking it with a grain of salt, because if you love what you do, you love what you do, and the rest will follow. And you'll get the support from the people that really do, that really see that you love what you do, and they're going to support you no matter what. The wage inconsistency and fluctuation and kind of like this like not structured money making strategy, my biggest recommendation is to really start logging the times that you get on, kind of wasting more hours on a Wednesday when I could be doing other things like schoolwork or whatever it may be. It's all about, there's a lot more that goes into it. Now it's like sounding all math, and I'm definitely not good at math, but as far as this goes, like, this is just research at this point. If you are looking for independence and you are looking to be your own boss and make your own schedule and work from home, and you enjoy talking to people online, and you enjoy being a performer, and you enjoy the adult industry in general, I think that this would be for you. At least that's how I experienced it. So, yeah, good luck. And if you have any questions or comments, you can comment down below. Yeah, or you can find me on my free cams. My username is Miss Bailey Bay. I'll put all my social media and all that crap underneath here. And yeah, you guys follow me there too. And I look forward to hearing about your experiences too and your responses. I'm going to go to bed now because I got to go to San Diego in the morning.